Everything's up. Everything's up. All right. Happy glare, but oh well. Let me take a drink before we get started. Gonna try and make a quick video because I gotta start cooking dinner and get the cards ready. Okay. Okay, guys. Greetings and salutations. You've seen the title. Um, I have touched base on nationality before, and ooh, inside burp in the throat is always so attractive. Um, Nationality to me is very important, and it always has been. Growing up, pretty much having to move around across the United States, being a military child anyway. My dad was military, he was in Vietnam. My grandpa, Korea sergeant. I want to figure out my dad's rank. I could ask my aunt, of course, but I could also go through Ancestry and figured it out. I do have my stud dealing on Ancestry and found out a lot about my race. And when people make up things about their race, it does bother me. Now, in Missouri, I didn't get picked on as much. Oklahoma, I don't really remember it much because I was a baby. Now, when I got to El Paso, it started becoming a predominant thing. What had happened was people could kind of tell I was not full-blooded white. Now, being that I was Native American and mixed, white people in El Paso predominantly had problem with people that were not full-blooded white. You're dirty blood to them, and they do mistreat you in El Paso for being that way. And if you had any sort of a tan, any sort of natural complexion, wavy hair, thick hair, which I had fro for days, and I have always had thick, crazy hair. I've always had a complexion. I've always had rosy cheeks. I've always had cheekbones for days. Um, I've always had a complexion. I've always had a natural tan. I tan like golden bronze, like a goddess. Like my children do the same thing. And for some reason, that bothers white people in El Paso. If you're not pasty ass pale, and no, these were not gothic people, even though they had a goth club in El Paso called Monopoly that I really wanted to go to. Seeing it as a young child, it sparked my baby bat. And it basically kind of started paving the way for who I was. Seeing that there was a goth alternative freak area, and moving from said area pissed me off because at least I would have had somewhere to go. Being that where I live now on, the east side of Texas, it's more open, they're okay, even though there is highly judgmental people still. They're a little bit more okay with you being mixed. They're more okay with, interracial marriages and stuff like that. They're not as stuck up about it like in El Paso was. But I lived in El Paso for a big chunk of my life. So, like, white girls would actually get in my face talking about, you're full-blooded white, when I actually wasn't full-blooded white. When I got picked on by other white people saying that I wasn't even 100% white. So, I was getting pulled both ways. Either I was 100% white or I was mixed. And it's just like I was getting bullied by both sides. So, either I was accepted and they were telling me I wasn't passing enough, or I was getting bullied by the other side saying I was full of shit and I needed to quit saying all this stuff, and I was just trying to get attention, so it was literally, it was emotionally crushing to somebody, because it's like you're trying to figure out who you are, one, as an individual. You're trying to find your individuality first. And adults really don't understand this. They talk about screw your individuality, screw your sexuality, screw this, screw that. They don't understand because they've already figured it out. They think a young person, they're going through it. They don't understand. They'll figure it out when they're adult. No, you don't get it as an adult. A young person does have an understanding and they're figuring it out for themselves at that specific point, who exactly they are, what they like, the do's and don'ts of the world. And everything I learned at that time was telling me what type of people to avoid, what type of people to trust, what type of people that I should not acquaintance myself with. And it was teaching me that white people are highly fucked up. Pardon my, I'm going to be very blunt in this video. And like I said, I put on there that this is not safe for children. I always say this because YouTube, you can kiss my mixed Native American ass, okay? Because I put on my videos that it is an adult video. It's 18 plus. You're not going to demonetize me or monetize me or whatever you say because I'm not getting paid. So quit putting blocks on my video. Let it stay the way that it is. I have seen other people cuss and it goes. I've had it. Leave me alone. Now, thing is white people have harangued me, harassed me, and everything since the day I can remember. Now, Mexican folks have not been so bad, although I had a Mexican friend here where I live in Temple that lied to me. Her name was Janie. She basically was the reason why I got fired from Walmart, telling me I could do this when I first got my job. It was my first serious job at Walmart. And she basically got me screwed where I should have went and talked to my bank before trusting her so full-heartedly. And then she literally was trying to get me broke up with my husband. She called his family, his mom and his sister. It was trying to get us broke up because she wanted her daughter with him, because she felt that he had a lot of money. He has 2 acres of land that his sister has literally jacked a whole other acre because his sister's a fucking bitch. And she didn't honor anything that his dad had set forth. So I highly disrespect his whole entire family because his mom has no backbone. His mom is not making his sister behave like she should. Yeah.
Can I borrow your purple vacuum?
Yeah. Just make sure you take very good care of it. You do not vacuum nothing up you're not supposed to, please.
Oh, no, it's just litter.
Okay, be very careful with it and dump it out, clean it out very good. Don't get it stinky. Please.
Oh, it's not stinky.
Okay.
It's just litter that's before I let out when he was like
scooping. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I take care of it.
I know. I had to put those rules out there because that's my favorite vacuum.
I know. The boiler is the one who didn't clean it. I cleaned it.
I know. They're heathens. Don't remind me. But thank you. But basically, his mom and sister are just not very good people. They're pretty much hypocrites. They're liars. I've seen his sister, which she works for the state. She uses her state working ability for working for the city of Temple. She uses her badge to get out of tickets, which I feel she should actually get fired for, which I don't think any city official or state official should be able to do that. I feel if you're speeding, you should have to pay for your ticket regardless of your stature in the city or the state.
I'll empty it before coming back.
Thank you, mijita.
I got a threshold.
And it makes me pretty mad that she gets by with doing that kind of crap. And I really feel that she shouldn't be able to do that. And supposedly she's quote unquote Christian. And I called her out on it when she got the ticket because we were actually practicing at that time for her mother and when Jacob said, my husband, his father was still alive at the time. We were practicing for their anniversary thing at a church. And I was getting my hair done at the time, which I really didn't want to go at the time to do anything because I always had bad feelings being around his sister because she just Just something negative comes off her. And I was right, because I was even telling my husband she was going to steal our land. And I was right. And she did. We only have 1 acre left because we had to give another acre to our nephew. Why we had to give it to our nephew, I don't know. It should have been her responsibility to give up an acre, because she took an acre from our brother. And we gave an acre to our nephew, which I feel is stupid, but I didn't really want to live in Troy anyway. But it's kind of helping me out in the long run to do what I want to do. So she's helping me out in a long run. So it's okay. She's not going to get the land anyway, because I already have plans. So all I can say is thank you. Um, I have problem with messed up people and people that are hypocrites. I really do. People that sit here and try to, act like they're really good people, they're Christians, that, they're humble, they're making changes, they're doing this, they're doing that. I have problems with. Like my ex-best friend that, like I said, when she was crawling to me, apologizing to me and everything, she never apologized for lying about her nationality, about lying about going to the military. Bitch has never been in the military. That pissed me off more than anything. Trying to tell me that she had went to the Navy. Bitch, my grandma was in the Navy. You would still be on active duty. And let alone with all the health problems and health issues she had and everything else, they wouldn't have accepted her. Because all the bitch does is complain about being sick, having migraines, being a lazy wop. I'm like, I have problems with people that lie to me continually. And lied to me about your race. You lied to me about going to the military. You lie about quite seriously everything. And it's like, and you lied to people on top of it. Like everybody she hangs out with in Austin, she lies to. She lied to the Vampire Council down there. She lies to her husband. She lies to her kids. And it's like, I'm not making not vampire. I'm not making videos concerning her, because I know other people that's done this shit too. They've lied about their nationality and everything else. And I'm like, what do you get out of it? Like, seriously. I mean, I have literally been tortured. I've had my hair pulled. I have been picked on. I've been burned. I've had rocks thrown at me. I've actually had a rock hit in my face because kids were bullying me in El Paso because of my nationality. It's like, I don't get what you get off on this, because she seen me when I came here and I had a problem with white people, and I hung out with nothing but a bunch of Latinos. I hung out with black kids. I hung out with Oriental people. I had problems hanging out with white people because they were like her, loud, obnoxious, pain in the ass, a bunch of habitual liars. Um, and so it's like she tried to pick up the way I was. And it gets quite annoying when people can't have their own identity preferences and they have to pick up your identity. And it's like identity theft, identity swapping. And I didn't tell her she could swap my identity. I didn't tell her she can identity theft me. Still my identity, still my actions, still my attitude, still how I talk, still how I do my comedy, still how I talk, still my sarcasm. I didn't tell her she could do all that shit. I told her, I really didn't like the fact she was looking up to me. But I said, knock yourself out. If you want to look up to somebody who ain't that great, go ahead, knock yourself out. But I didn't tell her that she could do all the shit that she was doing, taking on my persona. Because she literally was hated on because no one fucking liked her. It's like, dude, be your fucking self. You're not being yourself. Be you. And if you're hated for it, oh, fucking well. I stay to myself now. I mean, yeah, I'm making YouTube videos and stuff like that. People are like, well, why are you making YouTube videos? I'm trying to make money. Okay? Simple and easy as that. I don't get a lot of views right now, I'm trying to make more videos where I get more people coming in watching it, and people are gonna be like, "Well, we really don't want to watch you. You seem so did it." No, I'm being honest. So if 18-year-olds up come in here, it's like, be real with people. I'm not sitting here saying I don't want to talk to people. It's just like out in real life, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been hurt a lot and I have severe anxiety. I have PTSD. I have post traumatic stress. Um, I also have severe, severe, severe like depression. The anxiety is through the freaking roof. And it's like when I say I'm a hobbit, a hermit, I really am. It's like being around my family is ultimately pretty much it for me. And I like collecting my things and hanging out with my family. People have ultimately let me down, alternatively, really bad. They have all let me down because where I've tried to go hang out with them, I've tried to go talk to them, I've tried to do this, I've tried to do that. Like my ex best friend in Austin, I tried to do everything with this stupid skank. I have made arrangements. We have a brand new fucking truck, brand fucking new, oil change, wheels, everything. We were going down to, we go down to Georgetown, Austin, San Antonio, everything at that time a lot. My daughter in law has to go to Round Rock a lot because of her appointments, because of her fibroid that got taken out, and her tachycardia, and all the other health problems she has. And I have to go down there because I'm not getting seen at Scott White anymore because they're pieces of shit. Um, she made all the excuses up why, oh, I wasn't home when she was home. Oh, I had to do this and did it. I'm like, when you told me you were going to be home all day, all of a sudden something came up and you had to go do it. That's opportunistic. That is conveniently convenient. It sounds like you don't want me to see you for some odd reason, that you're trying to keep something hidden from me, or you don't want someone to see me for some odd reason. It's like she was scared of her husband seeing me for some odd reason because she kept saying her husband's into fat chicks. It's like, dude, your husband ain't going to mess with me because if he tries, I'll shank him. Ain't gonna fucking happen. I don't mess around. She knows it. I am happily married. My husband takes care of me. Ain't no man gonna take care of me the way my man can take care of me because I am spoiled the fuck rotten. Okay? And ain't besides the spoiledness, no one can take care of me the way my man can take care of me. Trust me, these little boys, the boys that she messed with were little boys. Okay, I like a man. So it ain't happening. She messed with boys. I like men. So ain't gonna happen anyway. Because all the guys she messed with were boys. And I know that for a fact. Even though I know the guy, like I've said more times than once, who she's talking to. He was my friend originally. Ain't my fault that he partied too much and he fucking got amnesia and forgot that he knew me before he met her. He knew me when I had all my teeth, I was skinnier and everything else. Ain't my fault that he doesn't remember me. Ain't my fault. And I'm kind of glad he doesn't remember me, because it ain't that awkward thing of I had to keep reminding him of we used to talk on FooBar and MySpace before you started talking to your skank wife, and you were all tabby, 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 and it's like,
I'm back.
hey. And I actually am the one that introduced them, actually. And that's the thing that kills me, that they don't even remember I introduced them as friends on FooBar, and they weren't really talking. And I had two other friends that I was talking to at that time on FooBar when I introduced them. Hey, you turd. And uh and it was just awkward. So I was like, whatever. And that was back in my younger years when I was sitting at like 140 pounds. Tell Kat I said that I love her, and I love you too, Dre. That is my son that is talking to me off. Y'all are wondering if anybody comes in. It's my child. That's my oldest child. He bodyguards his mama still. My oldest Bam Bam. Cat! Catty cat. Adrian says he loves you.
Oh, I love him too.
She says she loves you too, Bammers.
Eh.
And I named him that before Bam came out on Jackass. So, yeah. No, I didn't name him that.
No.
So if anybody thinks he got that nickname from Bam from Jackass, no, I gave him that nickname way before I gave it to him from Flintstones. So because everybody called me Pebbles. And that's not because we're a couple, it's because in my mind Pebbles is Bam Bam's mom. So that's how I see it. I don't see it them as a couple. Even though they were friends, in my mind, I made up another cartoon in an alternate universe where Pebbles gave birth to Bam Bam. I have weird shit in my head. I can make cartoons in a different another universe that would be so much better. I grew up watching Flintstones, Jeffersons, Fraggle Rock. I mean, I can name so many different cartoons. Y'all would be like, oh my God. I'm like, yes. Sesame Street. Let's see. There's the Muppets. There is Jewel. There's Jim, Rainbow Bright. I mean, God, there's some He-Man, Transformers, Alucard back in the day, like way back, way back, way back then. Vampire D, way back then. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was actually the 80s, believe it or not, and people thought it was actually 90s. No, they actually put it to 90s music when they made another 90s verse because they have an 80s version and a 90s version. So, yes, there's a lot of education in my cartoons. But anyway, I got off on a tangent, as my hyper ass typically does. But my thing is, I struggle with dishonesty. And, Mom, can you look at Dad's message real fast? Yes, I sure can. Give me a hot second, and I will message him. Give me a minute. Yay, my phone's not upside down like it typically is. Oh. Okay, but that looks plastic. Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, I like that one. Oh, I like that one better. Hang on. I can't reply. The one I thumbed. Thumped. I can't spell. Oh my God. That's so funny. 1218. I know y'all are probably be like, what the fuck is she doing? I'm sitting here being a dumbass. That's what I'm sitting here doing, okay? Yeah, I like the 1218 one. But is that plastic? Is it plastic? I'm trying to get a picture for my sangria I'm making at home. I'm making homemade sangria. Afro circus, Afro circus. I got fucking Madagascar. There's these, but they are plastic. Ah, just seeing you say plastic. There. I'm not all right. The song I'm not all right. I am okay, I think. Delete, 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 delete. Go away, go away, go away. Yeah. Yeah, the 1218 one looks better. I can't believe they're charging that much for those things, though. Dang. For plastic ones, that's a freaking piece of poopy. Okay, guys. Anywho, um, I just wanted to get some of those things off my chest because, like I was saying, though, it's like when you have a lot of dishonesty in a lot of relationships, it does ruin a lot of things. And it should not be something, I mean, nationality is important, and being dishonest about other friendships or just something so minute. And you shouldn't have to be dishonest because, you know, any type of relationship you've had, and I've always stood by this, you should always feel okay to being honest about anything, because if it's someone you truly care about and you respect them highly, coming clean and being honest about anything shouldn't, I mean, yeah, you might feel a little but you're going to feel a little bad and a little low about coming clean to someone you care about anyway, because you kind of did them bad. And the thing is if you don't lie to begin with, you won't have that bad feeling to telling them the truth in the first place. And I've learned that I came out and told the truth right from the get go. It may take me a hot second, but I don't lie. Here's the kicker. What happens is I do a stupid act, but I come out and tell the truth. I don't shy from it. I never have. I have no yellow bone in my fucking body. When people are gonna be like, what's a yellow bone? My grandpa used to say people that have yellow spines are cowards. Having a yellow spine means you avoid telling the truth. And I always have this, even with my kids. I have an open door policy. And it's pretty much what my grandpa has taught me since before he had passed away. Being honest with someone is always the best policy. Yeah, it's going to get you, they're going to be upset with you, but at least they'll respect you because you were honest. They know that they can trust you. They know you're trustworthy. They know, hey, no matter what, this person may have a little record, but I know I can count on them because they've always been trustworthy. They've always been honest. They've always came and told me what's up from day one. So I can count on them. I can rely on them. And if they hear something from somebody else, guess what? They're not going to believe it because you're going to come and tell them the truth regardless. And they can trust that fact. And they won't believe rumors. But you having a record of being a liar, a fibber, someone that does shit behind someone's back and never comes and tells the truth, guess what? You're gonna have a fucking record of can't trust you, can't depend on you, can't rely on you. Your word don't mean shit. Word is like collateral, it's like credit. Credit is important. And you don't have good credit, you don't got shit. That's what people need to depend on these days. People are so fucking evil these days. It's like they don't understand that, having trust, having reliability, it is a lot these days. My ex best friend, I was trying to teach her this stuff. And it's because her mom and her grandma never taught it to her. And she always said, be glad you have a good mama. It wasn't the fact that I had a good mama. I did not have a good mom. What I had was a controlling mother. I did not have a good mom. And I'm not trying to put my mom down by no means. And I'm not trying to dog my mom. My mom taught me a lot of good lessons, I mind you. My mom was one of the best lesson teachers. She taught me all the best lessons that I learned through her. I watched, I learned, I paid attention. And it's not that I'm not dogging. My best teacher was my grandfather. That's where my ex best friend messed it really bad up. My grandpa, well, there was a ghost. My grandpa was always and will always be my best teacher. Like I've said in all my videos, I will hold to that my last dying breath. If it wasn't for that man, I would not be the person that I am to this day. I would be like my aunts, all five of them, even the one that's dead, including my mama. I would be like all my bitchy cousins, not my two cool ones that I'm really close to. I'm close to two cousins. That's it. One's a photographer and one's a tattoo artist. Close to those two. The other ones can kiss my ass. And I know y'all are going to be like, I thought you were close to some that was in El Paso. No, it's because they can't grow some backbones. Because they think that they need to sniff around their good for nothing mama because their mama always blackmails them with, I'll give you money. I'll buy you WWE tickets. I'll buy you anything you want. And then she treats them like trash. Like my mom did and my grandma did. And it's like, there ain't enough of money in this world that would make me stay around and put up with that kind of abuse. And that would sit there and be okay with giving somebody a heart attack and thinking it was fucking okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And, sitting there defending abuse and defending narcissism and defending physical abuse and defending verbal abuse and thinking that when someone's literally causing someone so much stress that they actually give them a heart attack over the freaking phone. No, it's not okay. Their mother, my two oldest cousins, Debbie and Cheryl, their mom gave me a heart attack. Those two heifers defended their mother to me. My cousin Cheryl literally had everything taken from her by her daughter. She cries over her daughter. I'm like, girl, your daughter did you worse than anything. You just got the worst karma dealt to you. You think you would learn that something's telling you that you get an abortion for a man that's a piece of shit, that your daughter doesn't even know that she should have an older relative, an older sibling, as a matter of fact, that the husband you had was actually a piece of shit, that his mom and dad were pieces of shit because it's their fault that you lost your oldest kid. No, no. I actually held my tongue back. Seeing her daughter and my cousin Joe acting the way they did in the mall, it was so disgusting, guys. Everyone thought they were a couple, not my cousin Cheryl and her husband Joe. Everyone thought my baby cousin Cheryl Michelle Jr. was his wife. They were literally making out in the mall, the daughter, when it was supposed to be my cousin and her husband, not the daughter. It did not look right. And then yet the daughter took everything from the mother when her father died, leaving her mother with absolutely fucking nothing. It's like, girl, your daughter was fucking her father, just so you know. And if I were you, I would have kicked her fucking ass, and I would have kicked my husband's fucking ass. That side of the family is so fucked. I would not have cried over my husband. I would have beat my daughter's ass for being a sick little fucker. And yeah, I would have beat my own mother's ass for trying to interfere. I have beat my mom's ass. I've leveled my mom's ass. I'm not scared of anybody in my family. I'll beat my own ass. I will beat my own aunt's ass in El Paso if I had to. And she knew, and she knows I would. That's why she would never cross paths with me on my own turf. Because she knows I would lay hands on her. I ain't scared of nobody in my family. And I never will be. My grandpa taught me not to fear nobody in my family because they were a bunch of good for nothing freaking vultures and all they wanted was everything. And they took everything that they had no business taking. My Aunt Donna took stuff that was actually my stuff. My Aunt Nina took stuff she had no business taking. My Aunt Lola took stuff she had no business taking. My Aunt Ann took stuff she had no business taking because, believe me, I know everything. And everybody's like, you always talk about that. When you guys have literally got your life's rewards for giving up your whole entire life stolen from you, yeah, you be a bit bitter. I have literally got injured from neck down to my ankles. That was literally my thank you. Was everything from my grandma and my grandpa for literally giving up my entire life for taking care of them. And my fucking family took it like it was fucking theirs. No, it wasn't. Them lazy motherfuckers did not do nothing for their mom or dad. I did everything for their fucking parents. So they fucking owe me. If anything, they all need to start coughing up money and sending it to my ass for giving up everything that I did for their fucking parents. It was their job to be taking care of their mom and dad in their senile and dementia and Alzheimer ridden forms. It was not the youngest granddaughter's business to be doing what the fuck I did. At the age of 11 and 10 and 9, I was not supposed to be pushing my grandfather in a wheelchair, even though I do not care. I love my grandfather. I will do it again. But most importantly, it was not my job to be washing my grandma's fucking vagina or her asshole or her feet. That was their job. And I mind you, a granddaughter doing this stuff to her grandmother. This is stuff that my aunts were supposed to be doing for their mother, not me. This was emotionally and PTSD, depressing, and anxiety scarring. They do not know. I had to do things that they would. My face is so hot. They have no idea the things I had to go through and the things I had to do. I had to wash poop off this woman. All the way up her back, all the way down her legs. A baby had nothing on this woman. Nothing. And yet these freaking wenches stole from me. I earned this. They didn't earn shit. They all ran from my grandma and my grandpa when they were old enough to get out of the house. And they did not come back and visit for shit. They didn't want my grandparents around them, actually. My my oldest aunt, the one that stole the most from them, she had her husband chase my grandma and grandpa away with a shotgun. My Aunt Ann, the one that gave me a heart attack, yeah, she had her husband Chuck, the one that she actually helped murdered, just like she did his mother and father. Yeah, she had him chase my grandparents off with shotguns when her daughters were born. That, she knew that the guy that she was with was a child molester and she didn't do nothing back then. And she was aborting children at that time with coat hangers in her hoo-ha. Vagina, whatever you want to call it. Well, hers is, it's a Leviathan face down there in her cooter because it's a cursed area you don't want to ever descend to. Anyway. And then my Aunt Donna, well, it's actually Nina. Nina basically, when she was away, she basically had an affair with someone at a Job Corps and had my cousin David. And then she came back and got with some other dude. And then she had my other cousin, which then both my cousins got molested. And then they both turned, gay, which is not a problem. But it was her fault while my cousins both turned out gay. The majority of my cousins are gay because they've all been sexually assaulted because of having horrible parents. And my children, funny enough, are pretty much all straight. And I had two. Now, my youngest, he's a furry, but, what can you do? I like furries, so it's fine. But I educate him with that stuff because there is furries and, areas that are not good. So you have to do your due diligence and educate yourself and be careful where you go. But yeah. But my kids had it rough, no thanks to me having a bad parent. And my parent not listening to me, thinking she knew more than I did. Lovely. And yet I'm the one out of the family that actually has a gift, and my gift is stronger, and I'm the clairvoyant of the family, and I pretty much can read everybody out of the family like nobody's business. And I was right on every account concerning everybody in the family. And I just love how no one listened to me. But fact of the matter is, when I'm trying to give y'all advice, it's because I have literally been through living hell. And how I'm still sitting here able to talk to y'all, it's by the good grace of the goddesses and gods. And I'm trying to give some longevity to it and give y'all advice, just like I give my own children, and make something out of it. Like I said in my other video, like through some of the education that I have. Because if y'all see some familiarities through anything I'm saying, recognize basically the similarities in the stories, pay attention to them, and start deviating, start changing it up, change your path. If you recognize something from someone, start distancing yourself, because it's better in the long run to get them away from you now and get that venom out of your veins, because the sooner you can purify yourself and get that out of you, the sooner the better. Because the longer you have someone in your system and you have that venom keeping longer inside you, the more you get addicted to them, the more it's harder for you to pull back from them. It's almost like they become a drug. A friend is a drug, no matter what you want to say. They're any type of an addiction. A friend is an addiction. You get addicted to people, just like you do to a video game, just like you do to liquor, just like you do to drugs. It's a fix, it's a fixation. You know, it's like you miss them just like you do a parent, like you do a loved one, like you do a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a confidant, anybody. It's basically a companion. It is a companion. And when you spend more time with someone, you are in, like I've told and I've said it before, it's an investment. And the more you invest, it's like you're putting a loan on someone, and they have to be worth that loan. They have to be worth that commitment. And if you start noticing ripples in that loan, that you've made payments and that interest ain't going down and it's starting to look kind of you might need to contact. You might need to start stepping away and figuring something else out. You might need to do another business venture, and you might need to get some help, because you might be in over your head, and or you just might need to step away and just let it go to collections and be like, what the fuck ever. And what I mean by letting it go to collections is lose the friend, because it's not worth it. Because if they're that toxic and you can't, change together and grow together as a friend, and notice that maybe something they're doing is something that you can't, like if they're partying too hard and maybe you're coming off of, you're trying to work on your sobriety, or let's say they're hanging out with unnecessary people that you yourself would not hang out with per se. You have to sit there and think about what, you know, in your life is more important, having a friend or having your sobriety. I mean, you have to sit there and think about it, because I used to think about that at a time, because, good thing I can explain this now. Um, I was struggling with my sobriety for a whole hot minute when I was friends with her. And her thing was photo ops were always at the bar. And you're never going to get great photo ops at a bar. You're going to get bad photo ops at a bar. I can tell you that right now, like I've said. You're going to be sweaty. Your makeup's runny. Sometimes when you first get to a bar, yeah, you'll get some great shots. Yes, granted. But as the night progresses, you're going to get like shitty. Your eyes are going to be bloodshot. Your eyes are going to be like rolling inside your head like you got fucking glass eyes. You know what I'm saying? You're going to look Funky. So, if you want to take like, say, mediocre modeling shots with your friends, like just headshots or whatever, and they're not great shots, I would not suggest the bar. I would suggest have them do like black and white, little shots behind the alley, maybe somewhere where there's not a lot of traffic, the woods where there's not like a lot of poison ivy, poison oak, anything like that. Cemetery, I would suggest, it's just suggestions, okay? Um, abandoned dirt roads where there's like really pretty flowers somewhere growing, where a lot of people don't, where it's close to somewhere, but a lot of people don't, go to a lot. But you could get back to the city if you need to get gas, or if you get like a blown out tire or something where they could get to you, like AAA could get to you really quick. Because I like doing photography. I do amateur photography, and I sometimes ask, I haven't talked to my cousin yet in a while, but I have talked to her about different lens caps, like what to do with this. So, I still do like some of my stuff dealing with photography. So, and like I said, I have gotten tons of text, emails, different things dealing with modeling. So I still remember my modeling days, and it's still there. And that's another thing that bothered me. She knew that was something I did and why she had to go and do that, which it's okay, to each their own. If she wanted to follow in the footsteps yet again, even though she didn't do professionally modeling, she was paying this guy, Pat Jones. Because I reached out to a few people, and they said every time, which they didn't, no one knows who I reached out to, but every time she went there, she paid for the photos, or someone else paid for the photos for her when she did group pictures. And I'm like, hi. Okay, I'll do this. Hang on. He doesn't like being seen. He's photo shy. Okay, he got seen. Is this my coffee?
Yes.
It's halfway done.
It was mine. I'm sharing it.
Ah.
Take it.
I'll be right back.
Coffee. Oh, she's in the other room.
Oh, she's in there.
Yeah. These need to go in the fridge in the other area.
Okay.
If you could, please, my son.
In the area I always put them in.
Yes. In the refrigerator.
Heard.
And then with my other pills. Pretty please.
I got you.
And thank you. This is a small trash bag. That will not work. It will not work. Okay. Anywho. But basically, it's like I was let know that she was trying to like act like, oh, they're getting me into modeling and I'm doing professionally model stuff. And I'm like, okay, I know that you're building a portfolio, that you're buying your pictures, you're building a portfolio. Difference is, I had a portfolio this huge and I didn't have to pay for my pictures. They were actually done for me. And my mom didn't have to pay for my pictures. They were professionally done by the photographers there. And I could get them all, but they were done when I was a kid, so they wouldn't be accurate. I need something done now that would get the pictures of me accurately now. Not things done when I was like 13, 14, 12, when I was modeling back then. So it wouldn't be like my work back like 2, 3, for my 2, 3 years of work back when I was like 12 and 14. When I was modeling for my mom's college, and I was getting paid. See, that's the only difference. She wasn't getting paid for hers. I was actually getting money in my pocket where I was paying for my clothes. Sometimes when I went modeling on the shoots, I actually got clothes from the shoots. They were actually putting anywhere from $200-300 in my pocket or more per shoot, depending on what the shoot was. If it was like Oshkosh Bigosh, K Swiss, depending on each shoot that we got, depending on if it was a higher brand, we got paid more. depending. And if it was like Nike, if it was Reebok, if it was LA Gear, because at that time LA Gear was really popular. So depending on who we were getting paid more. And there was more people there. So they had to stretch and depend, like, and especially I was so young, so they couldn't pay me like, huge money. And my mom was kind of a little bit my manager, so she was getting some off the top. So she was having fun with that. And I hope dumbass wasn't getting none of it, because that's really going to piss me off if he was getting any of my modeling money. Anyhow, but that's the only difference between her bullshit and my bullshit is I was actually getting paid for mine. She didn't get paid. I've had a couple people ask me if it made me jealous. No, it more like it hurt my feelings, because it's like she couldn't do something all on her own. She couldn't come up with something on her own idea, like her own fruition, because it's like I told her about my modeling career when I first got here. I told her about me going into acting. I told her about, me actually getting casted to play Zena's daughter in Colorado. I told her about everything that I was having done. And then she comes and throws shit in my face like she's kicking shade. And it's like, why are you doing that? It's like she tried to make me jealous. Like she was trying to act like she was better than me. And I'm like, why do you always try to one-up step someone? Why are you trying to act like you're better than everybody? It's like, I could get more things offered to me than she could. And I'm kind of toothless. And I'm big. It's like, I don't understand. Like, I have, but I'm getting, it's going to get worked on. I've been saying it for a long time, but we're getting better insurance on the teeth. And I've got the kids worked on. Once I get my daughter completely 100% recovered, then I'm going to start working on myself. If I live. My body allows me to live, I should say. But let's get this card read. But pay attention to what I'm telling y'all. Be honest. Do not BS your friends. Don't be yanking people's chains, because it hurts. And it's actually not fair. Especially if someone's being a good friend to you. They have been loyal to you. They have not done wrong to you. I mean, they have protected you, which I have protected that wench and defended her left and right when we were friends. And I didn't deserve anything she halfway put, like not even 3/4 of a way that she put through me. And it's like, I don't want no apology. I don't want nothing from her. I just, karma would be nice. Hell yeah. Her falling on her face, being homeless, her kids kicking her ass for what she put all three of them through would be terrific. Her losing her husband and no one helping her, it would be wonderful because of everything she's done. It would be terrific. And I know people are going to be like, that's fucked up. No, it's her just desserts because of every fucked up thing she did. Her mama, everything. I have no respect for people like that. I don't. And I feel the same way towards my own fucking family. So why would I feel any different towards her? It's like, I ain't going to sit here and be all nice to someone who's literally stuck a knife in my back and just grinded it to the bone of my spine and walked around and looked at my face to see if I was wincing in pain. I've never known someone to be that fucking egotistical except her. Thinking she's being funny and thinking I ain't gonna kick her in the cooch and pull out that knife and stick her in the fucking chest with it. I'm like, bitch, you don't know me. I'm like, you don't know this one. I'm like, girl, you don't know, but you about to know. I ain't the one you want to play with, wannabe Scorpio. She tries saying she's a Scorpio when she's a Sagittarius. She's the same damn thing my Aunt Donna is. Two-faced lying hookers. That's all they is. Same thing Renee is, aka Dion. Sagittarians, you cannot trust. Any Sagittarius, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to be evil towards y'all. Every Sagittarian I have met that their birthdays fall around November 24th to November 26th, trifling hoes. Trifling hoes. And any Capricorn, fuck you. Fuck you. I hate Capricorns and I hate those Sagittarians right within that time frame. Y'all croak. Okay. Damn. 2 cards? Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, no, we got 3. Okay. We have International Explorer, y'all.
Gotta move.
Well, you go. Okay. International Explorer looks like that. And she looks like that. She's pretty. Says, when we stop looking outside ourselves and surrender to a soft inner focus, we have access to unlimited information and resources. When we stop thinking with the glass ceiling of our intellect, we have access to multidimensional wisdom from the collective consciousness. Everything is there within you, waiting for expression. You are invited to explore the state of flow. You are an infinitely amazing being who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process or get out of your own way. You have the permission you felt you needed. Go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are waiting for you. That's that one, International Explorer. Next one is Home. And he says Home. If it will freaking focus. Okay, Home. Come on. Yep, yep. It's all shaky because I'm drinking coffee and I'm all jabba, jabba, jabba. Like George of the Jungle. This is our way home to oneness, and the truest part of our infinite selves is to know ourselves beyond the socialized matrix of mind constructed reality. When all sense of flightly survival drops away, a deep sigh radiates from the safe space within, where you can ground dreams into realities. Deep heart based presence is a direct portal home. Align with your temple space. You have dreams, visions, and may yearn for etheric realms. But it is when we are fully present in our bodies that we can actualize ideas and make a difference. Be grounded, find your home. The deeper our roots, the higher we can reach into the heavens. Last one is healing. Voila. Focus, you twat. The Limerans were healers, naturally intuitive and accustomed to navigating energetic based realities. We all have natural healing abilities that are advanced when we deepen our energetic awareness. When we perceive the world beyond the more well known senses, we start to receive information and wisdom different from that which stems from intellect. By tapping into life force consciousness and using this abundant energy along focused intention, we realize that anything is possible. Extend the margins of your awareness. Revisit a situation from a broader perspective or higher vibration with a focus on healing. Perhaps the issue is simply on outdated or limiting perception placement. You have the ability to align to a fresh new timeline inspired by wholeness. All right. So it is healing, home, and internal explorer. I'll leave those 3 out right now because those are actually 3 good ones to focus on. Okay. I'm gonna leave you guys out because I hate having to pull y'all out all the time. Y'all are being a pain in my booty. No, 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 no. Leave y'all right there. Okay. So that's something to think about, y'all. I know I was talking about a bunch, but it's just things that I want to share because, I am going to be working on different things, but certain things move me. And like I said, I talk about things that I feel that are good to share. And especially things right now that the world's going through, it seems like what better time to talk about nationality than now. Dang it. Okay, y'all will go over here then. Y'all are being all prissy. Good lord. Good lord, have mercy. Anyway, it's just certain things that seem to tweak me and bother me, and it's like I'm trying to make this revelation of getting 100% things off my chest and just let it go. I'm going through the ebb and flow, and it's like these people are no longer in my life for a reason, and I've let them go for a reason. And if my lessons could, there's my cat being silly. That's my youngest, the Xeno spawn Batman Cantu bean. But if my lessons could help anybody, then thank goodness, because I have been through it, and Lord knows I have. Some of it I have put my own self through. I'm not going to act like I'm innocent because Lord Goddess knows I am not. And I'm not. I know I'm not. I have done some very bad shit, and I'm not going to say I haven't. I am not innocent by no extenture of the means. I have snuck out. I have done some bad shit. I have drank. I have smoked. I have smoked some weed. I have done some questionable things in my life. Yes, most certainly. Yes, indeedy. I have done some crazy things to mess up my Wheaties. Lord, do I know. And I admit it. And I'm not scared of it because you know what? What is it going to do? Who's going to show up knocking on my door saying, we're here to arrest you based on your past? You're going to arrest everybody based on their past, then, officer? Because everybody's done some messed up shit in this world. Good luck with it. That's all I got to say. What the fuck? Y'all need to quit messing with a person because I did not say I was going to do anything, you dumb hoes. You said you were going to buy the... bitch, I didn't say I was going to buy anything, so you could suck my dibbles. Until they're dry. I got to go make my sangria. And... escándalo. And be a dork about it. Because I got to let my grapes get frozen because I'm using grapes as ice. I'm following a Martha Stewart recipe that I found on Chris Clemens. I watch tons of people on YouTube, so this is an older video I watched of his. Like I said, I watch tons of people, and they inspire me to do crazy shit. So I'm going to go do crazy shit in my kitchen and make a mess and have my kids bitch at me because I'm going to be peeling shit, and they're going to be like, Mom, stop! So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go so I can go ahead and go make a mess in my kitchen so they can yell at me. So y'all have a good night because this is already longer than I wanted it to be. And yeah, I will catch y'all in the next one. Night, night. Wait, what? I did not mean edit. It was supposed to end in stream. I forgot to put it up here. Bye.